Hello everyone, Namaste. So quickly to the topic, we are on the HR issues of Hindustan Notice Limited. So the Sanjay Sharma story has created quite a flutter, and I must tell you, tons of people working in HAL who have worked in HAL who have gone through this issue of HR issues. I mean, messaging, calling, and you have no idea how the last 2 days have been. Because I have other things to concentrate, especially on my health front, and also we are trying to set up a base of Inspiring Foundation in Kerala to spearhead the missions of Dr. Kalam. So I'm really, really caught up. On one front, we have the health thing to take care of, and then, of course, the missions of Dr. Kalam. So, the interesting thing is that almost 99.9% of responses, I have not read all of them, my team members have scanned through various, and I have not even taken a single call from my friends in HL and even other organizations who have said that this is the case everywhere. But now, I would want to just pursue with this issue of HL, which has been dogging the organization for a long time, long term. HR has been a huge concern. Of course, there are other concerns with productivity and other things which we're not getting into. Having tracked this organization HL for a long time, I must tell you, the HL gets away with murder very easily. You know, in the past, of course, they have been pulled up by the MOD, or very, I would say, stinging letters from air chiefs and stuff like that. Those were the events of the past. Right now, if you generally look at India, it's all everything is managed, isn't it? So I'm not getting in details of that. But now coming back to Sanjay, I tried to reach him just to know, what's happening. But I tried to, get across to him through his office, but no response. Apparently, he has been leave for the last couple of days. Not sure. I left some messages. But what I can confirm is that the Iron Man of HAL, the man who has been the backbone of the Iron Bird facility at AIDC, is quitting HAL, and this month end will be his last. So he's serving the notice period, which is quite shocking, which is quite sad, and no effort whatsoever from anyone, whether it is HAL or MOD or anywhere. Of course, MOD won't interfere with one man quitting, but I would say no effort to even get to know what's happening. So that's a sad state of affairs. And let me tell you, what is quite surprising to me is that there are thousands of people in HAL who are very unhappy with the organization's HR setup. Thousands of people. I think this has been the case for a long time. I have experienced in the past, but I'm not getting into that. But Sanjay Sharma's story, it's a national shame that such a talent, he is definitely, in terms of Iron Bird, he is the Sachin Tendulkar of HAL with regard to that particular critical setup. But nobody seems to be caring much. So I have just made some notes because because of the overdose of medicines, I keep forgetting things. So a couple of things you must know, people who follow HAL, or you want to know, is that right now the biggest pressure, the big pressure on HAL is Tejas Mark 1A, and then Mark 2, then you have got AMCA, then you have 10B of all those whenever it comes. But the two primary key programs that are coming up, of course, Mark 1A and then Tejas Mark 2. But there are also other programs of HAL. We get to hear every Aero India some surprises that will come up, or some PR gimmicks, I would say. Every Aero India, they come up with some new programs, and God knows what will happen to that. Whether it is CATS Warrior funded by HAL, then the lift, And uske baad you have the Kiran UAV project, which has undergone so many changes. And then, of course, the big programs like Mark II, the LCA Navy, Ted BF, the Namka. There is definitely, with no recruitments happening, there's a huge shortage of, I would say, manpower. That's what I get to know. I don't have figures. Even if you ask figures, you wouldn't get it. Because remember now, this is not the HL of past. Now it is a listed company. So you have SEBI sitting on the top of it. So obviously, they have, the HL is now under some guidelines. So it's not easy to elicit information or responses very easily. There are issues with that. Now coming to the flaws of the HAL's HR setup, and I must tell you, go and look at the responses. Please, whether it is on Twitter, whether it is on Facebook, whether it is on YouTube or Instagram, everywhere. How can there not be? Even that, yeah, there were one or two odd responses my team members said, if they were, but otherwise, 99.9% of the responses, and in most cases, people have come using fake IDs because of they want to protect their identity. But I read a couple of them. It's quite shocking. It is Sanjay Sharma's case because he is with a critical program and he's a senior chap. It might have got the attention, of the media. That means, we followed it. But otherwise, there are a lot of people, it's a big farce, the interviews for the promotions in HAL. I've been told even at the, even at the AGM level, that's, let's say grade 8. See, for all the newcomers here watching this, please remember that, you're somebody who joins HAL at the very, very basic level, either it could be an engineer or it will be grade 2. Uske baad, then you will become grade 3, that's a deputy manager, then grade 4 is manager, then grade 5 is senior manager, grade 6 is chief manager, grade 7 is DGM, grade 8 is AGM, uske baad grade 9 is GM, and then they also have come up with this thing of COD and the COP, that is chief of projects and chief of design. That's they are above GM but below the directors, but not board members. They're not board members. Then uske upar you have the board or whatever it is, and then till I think I'm not sure whether it is from grade 6 to grade 7 or grade 7 to grade 8. You also have this 3-year quick fast promotion policies called IMS, where depending upon your talent. Otherwise, automatically 4 years you are eligible. Everyone is eligible for a promotion. Now, I'm aware of things because I've been following this company for donkey's years, close to 2.5 decades. The issue is there are some departments, employees or officers, they get promotions very fast. For example, if you take the case of the HR department of HAL, which is the most, I would say, disappointing department, everyone in HR department gets promotions very fast. There are no delays. And similarly, the case with the finance department or the procurement, it's called IMM, all that. But for others, it's a different story. Now, even at the DGM, AGM level, I understand there are 150, 200 candidates appearing for interviews, and then the interview is just an eye wash, 3-4 minutes apparently, because there are a lot of people they have to interview. 4 minutes, and the guys who are sitting in the panel, whether it is panel 1 or panel 2, they wouldn't know much about the candidate. And picture this with other organizations like ADA. In ADA, the guy who is coming for the interview, means the candidate, if I'm in interview, I will make a presentation of 10 slides, let's say for 5 minutes. Uske baad, based on the 10 slides, there are, it's close to 1 hour of interview. You in the 10 slides, you will say, I have done this, I have done this, I have done this, these are the challenges, this I overcame, all that. Then based on that, there are 10 minutes of interview. So that's not the case here with HAL. Here it's like, show me the person, I'll show you the rule. That's the biggest thing everybody talks in HAL, right? for many, many years. Show me the person, I'll show the rule. So many people who have quit, youngsters who have quit a jail and joined private companies message saying that everybody has gone through the harassment of this so-called human resources department of a jail. And that's quite that's quite sad, because apparently vengeance, it's like some jokers in the HR department will sit and then they decide, and uske baad it's like vengeance all out. That's what I've been told. Let me see if I missed out anything. Okay, then you have got, apparently 3-4 years back, there was this very funny circular which came out saying that one particular department people in the department cannot become GMs. And then later on, recently, apparently it was taken off. These are all very, very unprofessional kind of rules that have set in, and it is just that Sanjay Sharma's case came up, but then nothing is going to happen, as I told you. It's a very, very serious thing, because imagine a company for almost decades the employees are upset. Many of them, because so unprofessionally their careers have been mapped, so unprofessionally their careers have been, I would say, shaped. Then there is this small group of people who are the yes boss kind of people, otherwise called as a chamcha. So chamchas in anywhere, whether it's HL or anywhere, they get promoted automatically. And there are different criteria. I'm ashamed of telling all that, because we have to maintain some decorum, and I don't personally believe in getting below the belt. That's it, guys. And of course, I try to reach Sanjay Sharma, but then he's not available, or maybe he's just on the exit mode. And I'm also quite keen to know where is he going. Is he going to support Indian programs in some of the company, or he's been picked up by an MNC? Fair enough, that's the rule of the land. If you have talent, you will get picked up. That's all I have, guys. And remember to support Tarmac Media channel, because independent journalism is tough, and those who are willing to support, please remember to take down this number 7899778888, and you can use it as your GPay or whatever. And here is the number 7899778888. That's all. We will continue to put HL in the focus. The ridiculous HR department, which is spoiling the careers of many, already they've spoiled, and the very flimsy kind of promotion policies. Talent has no value, zero value. Perhaps the only organization. There are many. Okay, now don't tell me things are bright in BEL or BEML or DRDO. No, just because unfortunately the Indian media has stopped raising critical issues. The Indian media stopped following defense in terms of, it's just the cut and paste kind of stuff, the PR writing, and it's all praise the Lord kind of writing. I call it as cupcake journalism. Not that I'm not trying to come here, but the fact is, unless journalists start asking tough questions, unless journalists start fighting for the cause of people who are met with injustice, I don't know what the role of journalism is all about in this modern world. Quite sad, guys. Because I've mentored hundreds of youngsters in HL. I keep mentoring many of them, but it's quite sad. Some real, I would say, brainless, spineless, and real, I would say, crooked guys ruling HL, such as spoiling this great organization. And I'm not sure MOD will wake up, nothing happens. But we will keep up the pressure on this very critical issue. Because remember, ultimately justice has to be prevailed. You cannot have an organization embedded with arrogance, embedded with vengeance. And that's what people say. If you raise your voice, you are targeted. Sad. Is this a new India? What's the Prime Minister's office or the Defense Minister's office, or in the Defense Ministry, the so-called babus, whether it is Secretary of Defense or Ruska Niche, and you have the Joint Secretary, actually many more people. Very sad state of affairs, and almost all the programs have delayed. Everything. I am also disappointed. Thank you guys. Keep supporting independent journalism, and wherever truth is, I'll get to you. Whatever it takes, fearless, and injustice, especially to talented youngsters in whichever organization. If you feel that you have been meted with injustice, do write to us or do message. I hope better things will prevail and somebody will save this great or not aeronautical establishment in India. God save HAL. Thank you. Remember to pin the tricolor to the heart. Jai Hind.